Now, does that $30 price difference warrant the extra performance that the Superblast delivers? So shoe comparison we've got for you guys today, we've got the ASICS Superblast up against the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4. We're going to go through their similarities, differences and their performance features, and hopefully from that, that's going to give you guys a great indication of which shoe is right for you. But before we get into it, massive shout out to my #1 running store, the Running Company at Geelong. I've got a link to their website in the description. Make sure you go check out that, and also check out all their running gear on there. And also, if you want to support this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So checking out our quick specs here, now what is jumping out to me first and foremost is that $30 price difference. So more expensive here for the Superblast, and that is in the US and in Australia, which is pretty weird. So one of us are getting ripped off in one shoe over the other. I'm not sure which one. Really similar weights here, so can't really tell that on the foot when you wear them at the same time. They both feel really light. Big difference in the stacks as well, so much taller here in the Superblast and the Speed 4. But when you do wear them side by side, it doesn't actually feel that much of a difference, but there is a slight difference. And also they share the same drops. Now, does that $30 price difference warrant the extra performance that the Superblast delivers? I don't know. You're going to have to make up your own decision as the review goes on. And in our uppers, so with the Speed 4, the material that they're using here is a engineered mesh. Now it is a really breathable design here, so lots of breathing holes throughout the shoe, and it goes right up into the tongue as well. Padding wise, we've got probably a moderate amount of padding, so not plush by any means, and it's all around the heel collar and a little bit on the tongue, but it's comfortable enough. Now the tongue itself is gusseted and it is amazing, so a really comfortable tongue, and that gusset just wraps around the foot nicely and just holds that foot nice and securely into place without being restrictive. Heel counter wise, we've got a pretty solid heel counter here. The lockdown in this shoe is excellent. No issues with the lacing system. The laces haven't come undone. The laces are pretty stretchy. Fit wise, true to size. Toe boxes in Sauconys can get a little narrow, well they do for me, so I went actually up a half size in this shoe. Overall comfort of this upper is absolutely amazing, and I will mention the sock liner. They've got the super responsive sock liner in this, which is a new formulation, but this is, yeah, really nice. Nice step-in comfort. And in the upper of the Superblast, so what they're using is a jacquard woven material. Now this material certainly doesn't have breathing holes and everything all the way through it, and that results in this shoe not being as breathable as the Speed 4. But overall, it's a nice light material. It's a very comfortable shoe. Padding wise, we've got about the same amount of padding than what we have in the Speed 4, but it's a very nice and comfortable heel collar. We've got a bit of a pull tab here that the Speed doesn't have. Tongue wise, we've got a nice wing fit tongue. It is gusseted as well, and there's a couple of pads on the tongue as well to take that laces pressure off. Overall stepping comfort, really nice. Now the fit for me in this one is long, so I come half a size down in the Superblast. Width though is fine, is spot on. There's nothing special going on with the sock liner here in the Superblast. Heel counter, we've got a really solid heel counter here in the Superblast as well, if I didn't cover that before. Overall, two pretty good uppers, so both have excellent build quality, both are very comfortable, but I'm going to give the win to the Speed 4 because it is just a remarkable upper. And in our midsole, so in the Saucony, they are using their Power Run PB, so they've used that in all the Endorphin series, well in the Speed and in the Pros anyway. It's more of a springy, energetic type foam. So within their Power Run PB, they've got a wing nylon plate in this shoe, and that gives this shoe a little bit of rigidity. However, we've still got some flex there, and as you can see there, we've got some real snap too, which is good. We've got a little bit of movement left and right as well. Now geometry wise, they've got a 4-foot rocker is what they call their speed roll, and it sits just about here, so it's in a really nice spot just to encourage that really quick turnover. I really love where Saucony put their speed roll, especially in the Speed and in the Pro. Now in the Superblast, what we have here is a bit of a dual density thing going on. So they use their premium super foam at the top here. That is their FF Turbo. So that's that yellow stuff, as you can see there. And at the base layer, they're using their FF Blast Plus. So that's not the Eco version. This is the version that they used in the Nova Blast 3. Now within their foam, they do not have a plate. So there's no carbon plate, no nylon plate. However, the flexibility of the shoe, check this out. This is a stiff shoe, so it actually feels stiffer than the Speed 4, which actually has a plate in it, but not so in the Superblast here. You're not going to find that, but very rigid shoe. Geometry wise as well, there is a bit of a forefoot rocker here, but it's certainly not as pronounced as what you're going to find in the Speed 4. This one feels a little bit more traditional. And in our outsoles, so in the Speed 4, they have got pretty much complete rubber coverage on the forefoot there, and also in the high wear areas at the back. What you can also see at the bottom is exposed foam, the white stuff, and that little window's their nylon wing plate. Historically, Saucony have had some issues in the wet with their grip, with their rubber. They've changed the grip pattern on this one, and they've got a bit of a lattice design going now. It has improved from previous versions, however, it's still a little bit slippery in the wet. As always though, this durability in this shoe is excellent. And in our Superblast, so rubber that they're using here is their AHA rubber. So that is all the purple stuff that you can see on the base of this shoe. So they've just got it all around the edges of the shoe to cover those high wear areas, and also in this middle part of the forefoot here. So it's quite similar to what you're going to find in a Nova Blast pattern, but it's slightly different. So you don't have those deep cutout or grooves in the Superblast here. So all that other stuff there that you can see is exposed foam, but that is the exposed FF Blast Plus. And then what you can see, you've got these real little holes all through the base of the outsole here, and that's that exposed FF Turbo. So it's actually prone to getting some rocks and seeds caught in that, so you need to watch that one as well. Now grip wise, it's obviously fine in the dryer, but ASICS also has its issues with this AHA and the wet condition, so it does get a little bit slippery. But durability wise, this shoe is excellent, no dramas there. And in the ride, so with the Speed 4, so first word that comes to mind for me is energy return or pop, bounce. So yeah, springy. So this foam, yeah, it's definitely got some squish in it, so you can squish in it. It will feel soft, however, it's not mushy, and it's not a slow reaction. It wants to bounce you up nice and quickly. Now that foam combined with this speed roll here, especially when you get nice and on the forefoot, works really well at that tempo and that steady pace. So this is a fast shoe when you get up and going, and I think the faster you run in it, the better it feels. So it can feel a little clunky at the jogging paces, and I think that's just got to do with the flex point of where this nylon plate is. Well, that is certainly for me, so I don't think it is quite as comfortable as jogging, but when you're at that steady and tempo pace, man, this thing feels really, really amazing, and you can just tick those legs over. It's a bit of a wilder ride, so it can be a little bit unpredictable depending on where you land in this shoe, but overall it's pretty fun. And in the Superblast, so first word that comes to mind is responsive. So yeah, responsive, snappy, consistent, and stable. So this shoe feels firmer than the Speed 4, so it's still got some bounce and pop, however it's just not as springy or as loose or as bouncy as what you're going to find in the Speed 4. And it's probably got to do with my weight as well, so I can't fully compress this foam, so the Superblast for me has always felt on the firmer side. I think heavier runners are going to find this shoe a lot more softer and springier, sort of probably what I feel like in the Speed 4. But for me, it's more responsive. Yeah, it's got some pop, it's got some energy return, and another word that's coming out to me now, it's pretty nice and efficient. And the longer you run in this shoe, the better it feels. So this shoe, sweet spot, is also those steady and tempo paces, but for me, this shoe really shines on those long runs. So best shoes for me, as I just mentioned before, they both really shine at that steady and tempo pace. So which shoe do I think is the best for just jogging in? I think the Superblast feels better for that because I think it's a little clunky with where this nylon plate flexes when you're jogging in the Speed. what is the better shoe for tempos and workouts, I think the Speed 4 feels like the faster shoe, and you feel more pop and energy return, and the rocket is more prominent. So I'd rather do workouts in the Speed 4. Long runs, which shoe would I prefer? Well, I'd go for the Superblast because it's a more of a safer shoe, a lot more stable, and it's very, very consistent. And just to wrap it all up, so we've got two really amazing super trainers here. So they really are cream of the crop of what's getting around at the moment. So in the Superblast, you're going to find a pretty responsive ride. It's on the firmer side to me. Still get lots of energy return. Very efficient shoe. It's a safe shoe. It's a very stable shoe. And this foam is going to hold up forever. So this thing is going to last for a very long time. Again, not so rocketed. It's going to feel a little bit more traditional than this shoe. What you're going to get in the Speed 4, so this foam, it's more energetic, it's a little bit more unpredictable, a little bit more bounce, a little bit of pop. It's going to feel more rocketed, or that is, it's going to feel faster, I think, once you get up and going in the shoe. And overall, it's just a more fun shoe to run in. If I could just pick one of these shoes, which one am I going? I'm still going to go the Superblast, and that's just because it's so good at what it does. So it's just so good at the long run, and it just delivers the same ride from the start of the run to the finish of the run. It's so light, it's so safe. That's why I love this shoe. So it's going to come down to you guys. What do you value in your running shoes? Are you guys going the Speed 4, or are you going to go the Superblast? Any questions you've got regarding these shoes, please drop that in the comments below. And again, thank you for watching. Make sure you give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.